All right, everyone. Welcome to Eddie and AJ, week November 8th, 2017.
Yes. Week number 8, actually.
Oh, so okay, there we go. We're set.
Yeah, week number 8.
How you doing, AJ?
I'm doing well, Eddie. A little bit later than we usually are.
A little bit, yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good. We're here. We made it.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and okay, this is cool. I like this. This is a cool setup.
Yeah, it is.
I like it.
It's pretty cool.
All right, because they got the update on Instagram, so I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, let's take advantage.
To do it, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So, so what do you want to start off talking about today, AJ?
Let's maybe pick up where we left off last week, and that would be with the World Series. Game 7 was last Wednesday. It feels like it's been a long time ago.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like baseball season's been over for like a month.
Yeah. I mean, it was only a week, but it feels like it's been a lot longer. The Astros are your 2017 World Series champions.
To our surprise, in a way, kind of.
Yeah. I made my predictions about what would happen, and that was really based largely on the fact of Yu Darvish having a bounce-back start, but he absolutely did not. So, he stunk the bed pretty much, gave up 2 runs in the first and another 3 in the second, and didn't even finish 2 complete innings.
Yeah.
He was out after 1 2/3. And then they handed the ball off to Kershaw, and Kershaw kept it there. The final score of the game was 5-1, and all those 5 runs were coming off of Yu Darvish in the first 2 innings.
Yeah.
So,
at that point, it's up to the offense to pull it together.
Exactly, and that game was really highlighted. The Astros bullpen, that game, the Astros bullpen had problems the entire series with their bullpen. So what did they do in that last game is they went pretty much bullpen by committee and used a lot of starters out of their bullpen. They used Brad Peacock and Charlie Morton, and Charlie Morton finished that game. I believe he pitched at least the last 2, maybe 3 innings to finish out that game and clinch the World Series for the Astros. The Dodgers offense really didn't threaten that much in that game.
Yeah.
They had some opportunities early in that game, but did not capitalize on those opportunities, and that is really why you saw them really not get back into that game, because then you miss those opportunities, and then it keeps on getting later and later into the game, and you run out of chances.
There's a point where there's no more time.
Exactly. They were able to squander 1 run, but obviously that was not enough. So the Astros hang on, and they are your 2017 World Champions. George Springer, who's actually a Connecticut guy, he was your World Series MVP. I think he tied the record for the most amount of home runs in a World Series with it was 5, I believe. He went to UConn, drafted by the Astros. So somewhat of a local guy, winning the MVP there. So yes, the Astros are your 2017 World Champions. It's
that's a wrap for this season
for baseball. Yeah, and now it's the off season has sort of heated up a little bit. There have been guys who have it's been the period of when you can accept or decline options within a contract.
Yeah.
Most notable so far, I guess, for us is Masahiro Tanaka had an opportunity to opt out of his contract and enter the free agent market, and he did not. So he will be with the Yankees, with his contract through 2020.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of the Yankees, starting rotation going forward.
Yeah, definitely.
It's nice to see him back. I think a lot of people were maybe a little concerned or worried that he was going to go for free agency, especially after the postseason that he just had. I mean, he was amazing throughout the postseason, but he will stay in New York. And today actually started the Yankees managerial search.
Did it today?
Yes.
Wow.
I heard that today they were interviewing bench coach of the past 4 years, and he was the third base coach before that. And he's been with the Yankees for the past 28 years, and that's Rob Thompson.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the Yankees, go about this process. And in all honesty, I'm surprised that, today was only the first day they started interviewing people. I thought that maybe they would already have people chosen that who they wanted to interview or already interviewed them. So, a little bit surprising there, I guess. But, we'll see what happens. I mean, it'll be an interesting process.
Definitely.
I've heard that they're not really ruling anybody out. But they're looking at, I think they're looking for a younger sort of manager, kind of like to model after these Astros with A.J. Hinch or the Dodgers with Dave Roberts. So it should be interesting to see which road they go down.
Definitely. No matter who ends up inheriting the team, though, whoever ends up stepping in, I know, though, next season, the Yankees are going to come back with a goal in mind.
Yes, and the team's going to have a lot of high expectations for themselves. So whoever the new manager is, there's not going to be a grace period, so to speak. They're going to be expected to win and win fast. I mean, they have this window where they have all these young players under contract for these next couple years, and at the end of the day, they have one of the biggest payrolls in baseball. So if they feel like they need to go make a move to get a big name guy, whether it be at the trade deadline or in free agency, they can do that. And obviously a lot of people's sights are on next year's free agent market after 2018, because you have star outfielder Bryce Harper, third baseman Manny Machado. They're all going to be on the free agent market, so it should be interesting to see what they do with that come next year. But in terms of this year, I don't expect them to make any big sort of acquisitions for this season. I think they're trying to stay off that payroll a little bit because they're still paying some guys. But look for them to. I think they should definitely re-sign CC Sabathia. I mean, after the postseason he had,
definitely,
and really after the season he had. I mean,
at the end, towards the postseason too, he was really a leader for that team. You know what I mean? Just especially because he's been in those situations before, and unlike a lot of these younger guys, he was definitely one for them to look up to come, clutch time.
Exactly. I mean, he was the man who started Game 5 of the ALDS in Cleveland, and he got the job done. I mean, he also, started that game in Houston, Game 7. He didn't pitch horribly. I mean, he only gave up a couple runs. He didn't have his best stuff, but he's a competitor. He goes out there and battles, and then, like you said, he's a vocal leader. So I think it's very important for the Yankees to bring him back. I think that they will bring him back, and I think he wants to come back. I think he wants to finish his career out in New York.
I think so.
Maybe look for maybe a 1-year, 2-year deal, probably around, I'd say around $25 million, maybe, because he's coming off one of the biggest contracts ever for a pitcher. So that'll be interesting. But the off season has been going on, and should be interesting. The winter meetings are coming up in a couple of weeks. So should be interesting to see what happens in the free agent market with baseball this year. And one more quick note before we take a break. Really tragic news out yesterday. I don't know if you heard, Eddie, but Roy Halladay had died in a plane crash. He was flying his own plane. It crashed. I mean, this is a guy, only 40 years old. He was a Yankee killer, when he was with the Blue Jays. And he went on, and he's actually the only other person in Major League history other than Don Larson to throw a no-hitter or a perfect game in the playoffs. He did that with the Phillies in 2010. He won a couple Cy Young awards, so, possibly a first ballot Hall of Famer, taken too soon from us. Our thoughts and prayers out to his family and everything like that. So, that's sort of the baseball roundup. Probably won't be much to talk about, in the next couple of weeks.
At least for the rest of the semester.
Unless, obviously if the Yankees find their manager, any big signings, anything like that.
We will definitely discuss.
But in conclusion, Yankees started managerial search, and your Astros are the 2017 World Series champions. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Got a lot more coming up. We'll be back.